Good morning everyone, I am Rico Magno Honoras and today I will going to discuss with you about phonetics in microlinguistics. But first, when we say phonetics it is a branch of linguistics that study the physical properties of sounds. It examines how sounds are formed, how sound is transmitted, and how sounds is perceived. And in microlinguistics, phonetics is focuses on detailed analysis of speech sounds. And you know, phonetics help us understand the sound system of language, which is essential for language teaching, speech therapy, and speech recognition technology.
Phonetics is the study of speech sounds. Although language is obviously composed of sound, speech sounds came to be the main focus of linguistic investigation only in the 20th century. 19th century linguists were more interested in written rather than spoken language. Only with the work of Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure in the early 20th century did linguists recognize the primacy of sound in human language and the secondary, superficial nature of writing. Phonetics has three branches. 1. Acoustic phonetics is the study of the physical properties of sounds, the airwave frequencies of which sounds consist. The frequency of vibrations measured in hertz, volume of sound measured in decibels. Instruments used to measure and record speech sounds include the sound spectrograph, which produces readouts called sound spectrograms. 2. Auditory phonetics is the study of how sounds are perceived by the human ear or recognized by the brain. Mention oronyms, mondegreens. 3. Articulatory phonetics is the study of how sounds are produced by the vocal apparatus. Writing uses graphic symbols to represent speech sounds. All systems of writing in use today represent the sounds of language. This connection can be viewed in two ways. A. From sound to writing. Every written language has a system of rules for how to spell the spoken word. These rules are called the orthography, the writing rules of the language. B. To sound. Every written language has a system of rules for pronouncing correctly what is written. In English, show far less economy of correspondence between sound and written symbol. The English alphabet has only 26 letters. However, English spells one and the same sound with several different letters depending upon the word. Consequently, one letter or group of letters can be read in any one of several possible ways, such as the GH in rough, ghost, night. The correspondence between sound and letter in English frequently involves meaning as well as sound. Often, one must know the meaning of an English word to pronounce or write it correctly, meet/meet, through/through.
And there are three main branches of phonetics. First is articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. When we say articulatory phonetics, it is how sounds produced by the vocal tract. While acoustic phonetics, it's the physical properties of sound waves. While the auditory phonetics, it is how sounds perceived by the listener. The role of phonetics in linguistics. Phonetics links spoken and written language. It also uses language teaching, speech therapy, and AI voice recognition. It also helps analyze accents and dialects. In phonetics, voicing refers to the vibration of the vocal cords during speech sound production. It's a key feature distinguishing sounds, voice sound, voiceless sounds. Voicing affects sound pronunciation and meaning, playing a crucial role in language phonology. And there are two types of voicing. First, it is a voice sounds and the second is voiceless sound. When we say voice sound, it is a vocal cords vibrate. You can feel the vibration here. For example, ba, letter B, ba. You can feel there the vibration. Another, the. You can feel there the vibration at your throat. The second one is voiceless sound. You can't feel any vibration at your throat. For example, in P, ta, ha, ha. That's it. And for you guys to make it clear, you must watch this video.
In English, we divide consonants into two different parts: voiced consonants and voiceless consonants. Voiced consonants are consonants that are made by vibrating your vocal cords. For example, the B, 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 bat. A voiceless consonant is a consonant that is made without any vibration of the vocal cords. For example, the P, 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 pet. And easy way to determine whether a consonant is voiced or not is to place a finger on your throat. If there is a vibration when pronouncing the consonant is voiced. If not, the consonant is voiceless. Take a look at this. The D sound. D, d, d. There is a vibration in my vocal cords. It means it is a voiced consonant. The T sound. T, t, t. There's no vibration in my vocal cords. It means it is a voiceless consonant. Now, I have a challenge for you. What about the K sound? Is it a voiced or a voiceless consonant? K, k, k.
Again. Listen and repeat after me. Thin. Throw. Thumb. Author. Healthy. Birth. Path.
Zh
Here's the
is a
example
voiced
of voice sounds.
palatoalveolar fricative. Zh. It's made by positioning the tongue close to the roof of the mouth behind the alveolar ridge and squeezing air past it. Zh. The lips can be rounded as the sound is produced. Zh. The voice box vibrates throughout. Zh. Genre. Gigolo. Courgette. Beige. Massage. Erosion. Closure. Seizure. Ejective
And here are the
sounds
example of the voiceless sound.
are made by trapping air above the glottis and pushing it out. Harp. Lap. Heart. Wrote. Hark. Fake.
Why is phonetics important in microlinguistics? First, because it helps describe and classify all the possible human sounds. Number two, it assists in understanding accent, language disorder, and speech development. For tools and symbols, one of the most important tools in phonetics is the IPA, or the International Phonetics Alphabet. The IPA allows linguists to write down exactly how a word is pronounced, no matter what language came from. This video shows the IPA, or the International Phonetic Alphabet.
Ship. Good. Shoot. Bed. Teacher. Girl. Door. A cat. Cup. Heart. Clock. Ear. Here. Wait. Tourist. Boy. Show. Air. Hair. My. Ow. Cow. Pen. Boat. Tea. Dog. Cheese. June. Key. go, fly, video, think, feather, sun, zoo, shawl, television, man, now, sing, hat, love, rain, wet, yellow.
And for you guys to know, Phonetician is also used as a recording equipment, waveform software, and acoustic analysis program to examine in speech in detail. And now, let's proceed to the application of phonetics. Did you know that phonetics is not just for linguists? It is used in many fields: in language teaching, speech therapy, forensic phonetics, and technology. And now, let's find out. In language teaching, phonetics plays a significant role in language teaching, particularly in pronunciation instruction. Teachers use phonetics to help students produce accurate sounds, intonation, and rhythm. Accent reduction. Phonetics help learners overcome native language influences and adapt target language pronunciation. Language acquisition. Understanding phonetics aid in developing effective teaching methods and material. Authentic material. Phonetics inform the creation of authentic listening and speaking materials. By incorporating phonetics, language teachers can improve student speaking and listening skills, enhance communication effectiveness, increase learners' confidence. Effective phonetics instruction can significantly enhance language learners' overall communication skills. Number 2 is speech therapy. Phonetics play a crucial role in speech therapy, particularly in assessment and diagnosis, treatment planning, intervention strategies. Speech therapists apply phonetics to address various speech disorders, including articulation disorder or phonological disorder. By applying phonetics, speech therapists can improves client's speech clarity and intelligibility, enhance communication effectiveness, increase client's confidence in communication. Phonetics is essential in speech therapy, enabling therapists to provide targeted and effective intervention. Number 3 is forensic phonetics. Forensic phonetics apply phonetics analysis to aid in criminal investigations and legal proceedings. Key applications include speaker identification, voice comparison, and audio authentication. Forensic phonetics can be crucial in cases involving threats or ransom demands, wiretaps of surveillance recording, or disputed voice recording. By applying phonetics expertise, forensic phoneticians help investigators and court make informed decisions. The last is technology. Phonetics plays a significant role in various technologies including speech recognition, text-to-speech synthesis, voice assistant, language learning app. Phonetics also contribute to advancement in automatic speech recognition, speech-to-text system, or voice biometrics. By integrating phonetics, these technologies can improve accuracy and efficiency, enhance user experience, and enable more natural computer interaction. Phonetics continues to shape the development of speech-related technologies. Phonetics plays a vital role in understanding the sound structure of language, with far-reaching application in language teaching, speech therapy, forensic phonetics, and technology. By understanding speech sounds, phonetics enhances communication and in diagnosis and treatment, and informing technological education. Its significance extends beyond linguists and influencing various fields and improving human interaction with technology. Phonetics remain crucial aspect of our language study and application. Now, let's proceed to how phonetics fit in microlinguistics. Now, how exactly does phonetics fit within the microlinguistic? We all know microlinguistics is the structure of language, while phonetics provide a raw data or the actual sounds that other fields like phonology and morphology analyze. In other words, phonetics is the starting point in understanding how language built. It helps us to identify all possible speech sounds regardless of the language. Phonetics plays a foundational role in microlinguistics because it deals with the basic building blocks of spoken language sounds. Microlinguistics also focuses on the internal structure of language, such as sounds, phonetics and phonology, word forms or morphology, sentence structure or syntax. Within the scope, phonetics serve as the starting point for understanding language structure. Here's the thing why phonetics is the starting point in understanding the language structure. Because, number one, phonetics provide a raw data. Phonetics is the study of how speech produced, transmitted, and perceived, the sound raw materials of the spoken language. Before we analyze the pattern of sounds, word formation, or grammar, we need to understand how sounds are made. In microlinguistics, phonetics is a fundamental component focusing on detailed analysis of speech sound. It examines sound production, sound transmission, and sound perception. By analyzing speech sounds, phonetics help understand the intricacies of language structure and usage, making it a more crucial aspect of microlinguistics. Number 2, Foundation for Phonology. Phonology is another branch of microlinguistics that studies how sound function in a specific language. But phonology depends on phonetics data like what sounds are physically possible and what are the differences between the similar sounds. The phonetics explain the physical nature of the sounds, while the phonology explains or studies the abstract rules that govern how sounds behave in language. 3. Support morphology and syntax. Phonetics is also essential for understanding how morphemes pronounce in different contexts and how pronunciation change with sentence structure or emphasis. For example, the word's pronunciation change depending on what word comes next, the phenomenon called connected speech, which phonetics help to explain. Number 4, used in real-world microlinguistic research. In microlinguistics, phonetics is used to transcribe the sound using the IPA or International Phonetic Alphabet. It analyzes accent, pronunciation shift, and speech pattern. It studies first language acquisition and speech pattern. Phonetic fits into microlinguistics as the scientific study of speech sound, forming the foundation for all other areas of structured language analysis. It helps us break down and understand how we speak, which is essential before we can explore how language is structured. To wrap up, phonetics is the study of human speech sound. It plays a foundational role in microlinguistics. Whether you are a linguist, a teacher, a student, or just curious about how language works, phonetics offer powerful insight into how we communicate through sounds. And again, phonetics is the science of how speech sounds are made, how they travel through the air, and how we hear them. Phonetics give us the raw materials, the physical sounds that make up spoken language. Every language in the world is built from a set of sound, and phonetics help us describe those sounds clearly, accurately, and scientifically. You use like the International Phonetic Alphabet or IPA to write down and compare these sounds across different languages. And again, from this raw data, these building blocks, we can then study phonology, which look at sound pattern, morphology, which examine word structure, and syntax, which deal with the sentence rules. But none of these are possible without phonetics, first telling us what sounds are actually being used.